Yes, there's finally some track on my layout. I did some preparation work on this small diorama. I started off with a wood base and painted black. No Mick Jagger. After that, I gave it a glass coating. The coating seals the wood and helps the paint and adhesives stick a little bit better. Let me remove the residue of this stupid cheap masking tape. This was definitely not a one-shot peel. I'm now over a third towards my goal of reaching 100 subscribers. And that's the main reason I want to make this diorama. After it's finished, it will be a gift to subscriber number 100. My plan is to make it a small trackside graffiti scene. Quite neat as a standalone scene. Or for the winner to show off a nicely weathered boxcar of his own. I'm really not sure yet if I want to put the sidewalk alongside the track like this. But it gives me a good opportunity to put up a fence or a wall or something else I can throw a piece on. Let me hold up this ruler just for the looks of it. If you have any suggestions for this diorama, leave them below in the comments, and maybe I'll do something with the ideas you give me. So let's leave this for now and put it away so I can work on the layout again. Do you all remember the light brown rim that matched the bare wood? The matching colored rim is an old trick from interior designers to make rooms look bigger. But they are also horizon tests. That's why I made this one just a little bit higher than the beige one that was there before. Let's grab this, the mock-up, and the gridded paper. I already drew 2 shapes of the layout on it, but as you can see, the mock-up is just a bit shorter than the actual size of the layout. So the bottom drawing is now corrected to the shape of the mock-up. And at that moment I got distracted because my cork got delivered. It's really nice cork. It's 40 inches wide and I got over 30 feet of it. The thickness of it is 3 millimeters and I'm cutting this in pieces of 1.5 inch wide to use as trackbed, of course. I already cut it over 30 feet of trackbed out of 2 feet of cork. And by the way, I think it's way easier to cut with the scissors than with the knife. But that's just my experience with it. And then I got distracted again with an old module I had, and I wanted to put some pieces of on 30 material on it. So let's enjoy that, and after that I will get back to drawing the track plans. Finally, the last part of this video where I draw the last or final track plan. The main line comes in at the left side of the layout because that's where the small yard will be. And of course it can follow along the wall from here, but that's not giving me any perspective at all. So the obvious choice is to bend it a little forwards to the edge of the layout. And because I want a siding as well, there will also be a switch in that spot. So that's automatically deciding the angle of the main line towards the front edge of the layout. Because the angle of a switch is, the switch I use, the Pico switches, will be 9.5 degrees. So I use that angle for the main line. I don't want the main line to end at the front edge of the layout, but rather on the right side where the window is. So that's giving me the length of the lead track. And now we have that. I can draw in the rest of the main line up to the rider part of the layout. And with the siding, I meant a passing siding for the runarounds. So that will be on the inner side of the main line, viewed from the front edge, of course. The switch in the upper left corner will be a right-hand switch, so that the main line is passing through the ongoing straight track of the switch. And the passing siding will use the off-bending track to the right. I think that's the way they would make it in real life, if I'm not mistaken. And from there on, I just have to decide how long the outrun track will be after the second switch that completes the passing siding. Because those three, the lead track, the passing siding, main line, and the outrun track, will decide any switching operations and the success of it. The longer I will make the outrun track, the shorter the siding and the lead track will be. So it's crucial for good movement to have correct balance between these three sections of the layout, because eventually the lower switch will serve the left part of the layout and another switch in the middle or on the upper right will serve the right part of the layout, because the main line is cutting it almost exactly in half. And from this point on I can speed up things a little, because it's actually a matter of putting some industries on the left side of the layout and another one on the right that we can serve enough to be interesting and not boring, but not too much so that it looks cluttered. So at the end of things, I just draw another version of the same track plan over and over again, with a few small differences in industries or track arrangements in those industrial parts. I know for sure now that I want the track on the left side to be coming towards the edge of the layout for a nice point of view, a nice perspective into that spur. And the right side will be somewhat along the wall, maybe with a track going into a building or something, but two is too much, I think. After all, it will look busy because it's a city layout, but there should be a good balance between the right amount of tracks versus the right amount of buildings that serve those tracks, or the other way around, how you like it. So after all, there are just a few major things I have to decide, like whether I use a number 6 or a number 8 switch on the main line, and what number I will use for those other switches. And after that, everything will come along quickly. So let's draw up a final version of the track plan with the exact measurements of the three sections, and I will show you the result of that in the next episode. So I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching. This is so funny. My own video in my own training room. This is where I give cycling lessons every week. And we have a large screen with a beamer. I can play my videos here. I like this, very funny. See ya.